I'd like to start, of course, by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet and play our beautiful game, and pay respects to their elders, both past and present. And in particular, I'd like to welcome the Minister for Sport, John Erin, who's not only a wonderful supporter of our game, but a man of action and commitment indeed. And I'll be able to expand on that a little bit a little bit later. But welcome, and also to Philip Taliadoros, welcome to you. And I think it's marvellous for us to have such important ministers at our events, because at the heart of our game, for as long as I can remember and well before I was born, this game has thrived and survived on the innovation and entrepreneurship of people. More often than not, our sport hasn't been the beneficiary of a great deal of support from government over the years, but instead we've relied on the individual toil and endeavour and commitment and devotion and sacrifice of hundreds and hundreds of people who have made Australia their home and now want to make this wonderful country home for many, many more people. And they believe, and we believe, that football, our beautiful game, is the way in which they can do that. And it's a wonderful way in which we can bring people together of all nationalities and faiths and experiences. And we can share, and we can compete, and we can respect, and we can even disagree, but all within the context of our beautiful game. And so thank you very much for joining us, ministers. Thanks. What's extraordinary is this game is growing faster than we can cope. We're finding that clubs on a regular basis are having to turn away boys and girls because we're unable to move quickly enough to be able to provide facilities. That's our responsibility at the FFE, to support the clubs in helping manage that together with government. And one of the wonderful things that's been announced in recent times is, of course, Sports Recreation Victoria and the Minister have devoted some funds for Football Federation to do a facilities audit in Victoria. That essentially gives us the opportunity to conduct a highly analytical view of the current facilities available, but moreover, the expectations of where the growth will be and how we possibly cope for that. That will happen over the course of this year. By the end of the year, we should have a document or a structure or a strategy which we can take to government for them to be able to take a medium to long-term view on how we hope to sustain and support the growth of this game. That's one of the most important initiatives before us this year. And from time to time, that will come across your path. But moreover, equally, off the park, these sorts of environments where networks are being built and people are coming together not just to enjoy football and what it can offer, but business. There's tremendous opportunity for business, and there's no better example than community and business itself. 12 months ago, this didn't exist. This forum was the brainchild of Anthony Grimmer, and I must pay a lot of respect to you, Anthony, for doing this and for championing it. There's a young guy who had an idea, and he sought support, and he consulted widely. He went to the football community, and lo and behold, look at what he's achieved together with the support of the management of the FFE. So that's an example of what is achievable in our game when we come together and we collaborate. So welcome to all of you. It's tremendous to have you in the family. Please use this as an opportunity to meet new people and talk football and business. It's really at the heart of what we hope that can be achieved out of this forum. I'll conclude by saying that, referring briefly to some comments that Sepp Blatter made over the years. He talked about the future of football at one stage being Africa. Then he talked about it being Asia. And I'm not quite sure what he thinks now. But probably not too different to the fact that we're starting to realise that the rise of football is not just the participation, the historical participation of boys and men. No, it's a lot more than that. Football is emerging and presenting itself in every community and is just as attractive and exciting to girls as it is to boys. Now that requires a change in thinking from us as the governing body. It's incumbent on the clubs to understand that too. And moreover, it's important that we can provide the leadership and the guidance around that so that we can facilitate that growth as well. So that we will continue to expect some significant energies and effort and commitment for women and girls sport, women and girls football in particular. So I'd like to conclude by making a significant announcement, and it is because we have a principal sponsor of community and business. Daniel Cobb was mentioned a little bit earlier with Electricity Wizard, and business is going well for him, I think. So I think the return is starting to come its way. But more importantly, we now have the great privilege and thrill of being able to welcome a second principal sponsor. And that is, as George alluded to, Lease Masters. And it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm delighted to be able to invite John Kalitsis up to say a few words.